call this evening's meeting in order. This is the regular city council meeting for Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bevis?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey?
Here.
Mayor Gillis?
Here.
Councilwoman Harris?
Here.
Councilwoman Melvin?
Here.
Councilman Scarlett?
Here.
Four present.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Ed Carter, who is out of town on vacation.
Comments, questions, concerns?
No, just that he had a vacation last year, I guess he's taking another one this year, but that's okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And a moment of silent prayer. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have an agenda. The presentation by Matt King is going to be rescheduled. He had a family emergency tonight, so he's unable to make it. So next up, we have public comment. If you'd like to speak before the council, please state your name. You have 5 minutes to speak.
Do I need to come up here?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
Hi, everybody. My name's Alex Mall. Live here in town, and basically my main thing for coming here tonight is to see if the city council will allow raising of chickens for eggs and not for meat. Other cities such as Detroit, Rochester, Warren, they'll allow for a certain amount of chickens within their limits. Our neighbors in Ira, small lots, you can have chickens. I'm on a double lot here myself, and 3 or 4 chickens shouldn't hurt anybody. They'll be maintained, making sure that they're not a nuisance to my neighbors, kept clean, everything else like that. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else? Well, moving on, city manager's report, Mrs. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. We'll begin with an update on the Algonac Activity Center. We are still waiting for the funding agreement from the state before the roof contract is awarded. The old boilers are gone, the new ones are being installed. The damaged stage floor has been removed and they are working on cleaning up. I would like to correct some misinformation that I have heard that is out there right now with regards to the funding for this project. The city of Algonac, not the Algonac School District, requested $500,000 from Senator Kevin Hertel in the state of Michigan to renovate this former elementary school and turn it into the community activity center. It is very difficult to get projects like this approved, but Senator Hertel was successful at getting it included in the state budget. Unfortunately, someone at the state level put the funds specifically for the City of Algonac Community Center in the school aid package, thinking that the school district was renovating the building and still own the building, not the city. According to Senator Hertel's office, the school district, the attorney, the auditor, the funds cannot just be given to the Algonac School District to then pass through to the city. In order for the city to receive the funds, the legislature must pass a supplemental bill or approve a transfer. Unfortunately, per Senator Hertel's office yesterday, the resolution could take until the end of the fiscal year, which is October. We are working with the Senator's office to resolve this as soon as possible. An update on the pool. The block work has started and will continue as weather permits. The footings are complete and the walls are being formed. The splash pad items were delivered and are on site, and Advanced Pools will start the steel and shell as soon as weather permits. Downriver Goodfellows, as you know, the Algonac Lions had that bowling fundraiser on December 8th. We are still waiting to see how much was raised and how much will be distributed to Downriver Goodfellows. An update on our Geographic Information or GIS system. So GIS is a computer system that analyzes and displays data that is attached to a unique location. The city departments have been working together the past 2 years to acquire and input data points into the GIS. For example, at one time staff utilized paper documents to identify the location of water shutoff valves. information that was very often not correct. Now, we use a tablet in the field that has GPS coordinates and a field history for each property, and a picture showing the shutoff and the water meter locations. We have also located all water main valves, and our accuracy is within 6 inches. In addition, staff can now use GIS to track hydrant winterization and the condition of the valves and when they were last exercised. A water fun fact from the water department this month. The average price for a 24-pack case of bottled water is $3.99. Algonac residents pay $3.25 for 1,000 gallons of home-delivered water, which is enough to fill 315 cases of water.
Wow.
And that is all I have right now. Thank you.
Questions for Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Yes, thank you for the update on the pool. I do have a couple of questions. How long before you start hiring lifeguards? No, seriously though, if you wait to the last minute, you get the last result.
I thought you were gonna
And,
be.
you know, May is gonna be here faster than what you think. And, excuse me, the other thing is, patio furniture and things like that. What are we looking at as far as that's concerned?
Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. That's interesting that you should ask that, Councilman Bembas. As for hiring the lifeguards, we are looking at that. We have started to take a look at where we are going to find lifeguards for the pool, and if we can't find them, what are our options? And as for the pool furniture, I just got the furniture layout from the architect on Monday.
Okay.
So I do have a list of the pool furniture, and in fact, Mayor Gillis and I were just in my office taking a look at the costs. So, we're gonna have something together. We'll probably have to amend the budget, and see where we're at with that. But we need to have new pool furniture to open the new pool.
Absolutely, because we want everything being top notch, not using the same old furniture from 1978,
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
you know.
is that something that we could, there were a lot of people who have said that, well, why can't we raise money as a community to pay for this, that, or the other thing? The pine tree would be one example. Maybe we can think of some ideas to get the community involved to help with patio furniture.
I would think we could do, I think we definitely wanna make sure that we get our order in now.
Right.
And if we figure out ways to adopt a chair, adopt a table, things like that, we could definitely, and this is just my opinion.
Yeah, cause I know
Because
there's
I'm just
people out
afraid-
there who are good at this.
Because in my mind, day one, when we open that pool, I want it to be everything that we've dreamed of for the last 4 years.
Right.
So I'd rather, I think what you're saying, we like buying stuff, but having people donate would be great.
Yeah, cause, and there's people here that are, like I said, really good at that stuff, not so much, but.
But I'd like to see us do it on the backside.
Well, no, I agree.
We all belong to different groups.
Mhm.
And I think maybe it's on us to go to these groups, once we have prices and all that,
Yeah.
hey, adopt a table, whether it be, one of Jake's groups or,
Yeah.
or one of your, whatever, so that we can, spread out this cost, because in my world, I wanna keep the cost of going to that pool where it was before, if not close, and we haven't
Right.
even talked about what are we gonna charge people to go? That's another thing that we need to start looking at, because I'm telling you, May is what, 8 meetings from now? It's not
Makes
that
you feel a
long.
little bit better, confident.
So, right, so, just my humble opinion,
Yeah.
please take it as you will.
Yeah, we can get people.
Yeah, I think we,
groups and stuff.
yeah,
think
no,
that-
I think we
That'd
definitely.
be cool.
Anything else
Okay.
for Mrs. Gerstenberg? Anyone? All right, we're gonna move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the regular city council meeting minutes of January 7th, 2025, departmental reports, flag enforcement, building, DPW, finance, fire department, water department. Under communications and notices, we have the boards of commission roster. Under minutes of miscellaneous bills, we have DPW service line materials in the amount of $1,299.20, and the renewal of fire department insurance in the new amount of $1,422. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
comments, questions, concerns?
I do have a question.
Yes.
This is just regarding the inspection list that we get from the code enforcement. I noticed the same thing with the monthly building permit, list. Is there a reason why we have addresses on there? Why we reference addresses, and if it was, not really so much the violation, but, the address in itself?
Mrs. Gerstenberg, that'd be a question.
Mayor Gillis, Councilwoman Maldrum, I'm not sure, you mean you don't think we should have the addresses on there?
I
They've
don't
always
think
been
so.
on there for,
Forever, so
yeah,
this is something
forever.
that's always
It's not-
been done, right, something that we just kinda continued. Yeah, I don't think that on the inspection list, really, as far as code violation, that we really have to, reference an address. I know that in the BSNA software, you can break it down to, what kind of violation it is, what step was taken, was it the first letter, second letter, was the violation, closed? And it will give a number, but I don't really think that we should include a address. I don't know if that's even important for us to know. Cause we have your code enforcement who enforces these, she checks on these, you know, I don't feel there's a need to put an address with a violation. I don't understand, you members feel that you need to know who's in violation?
Until it gets to the point, you mean, of it going to court, then you would want the address shown, is that what you feel?
I don't even know, I mean, I'm sure there's a report that you can, run in BSNA regarding
You can.
violation, okay, yeah. I mean, cause I run it myself.
Me too.
Yeah, but I just think that my personal opinion is what we're creating here is a naughty list, you know? I don't like seeing somebody's address on here, that they're in violation of something, cause that's something that's between them and the city, not them and the whole city. So as long as, the code enforcement's, doing their, follow-ups and closing or opening or a violation or infraction, I think that's all we really need to know. Like, you can run a report based on category, the date it was filed, the status that it is, and then the next action date, and then if, it's open or closed. I don't know, how do you
So
guys feel
then
about
once
that?
they get to be, so say they've been given 3 notices, so once it gets to be that point, then we can go ahead and say that it's been listed 3 times, and now it's going to court, and here's the address and what they have not complied with?
So when it
Is
goes,
that your thought?
well, when it goes to court, are we normally as members notified that this particular person has gone to court?
Is going, yes?
Yes, we are,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it would,
The-
and the address would be in
Yeah,
with that.
we do, when,
How does that come
It
to them?
depends.
It comes
How
at
does that come to the members?
certain times, it'll come as a nuisance resolution. It depends on how the attorney requests to do it. Correct me, Mrs.
no,
Gerstenberg?
no, you're correct. Sometimes it's a nuisance abatement that the attorney requests from city council. Sometimes it does go to court. It depends on how the attorney is treating that particular one and what the violation is.
I guess
Sometimes it goes to dangerous buildings first before
Right.
it comes to city council.
So when that nuisance, report, that nuisance happens, is in that, court filed with the resident's name, address, and all that?
Yes.
Is that
It
part of
comes
our
to us.
packet though?
Right,
Or does it have to
yes,
come-
it'll come up, it'll be on the agenda as resolution, and that's before,
Is
it would
stating
go
that
to court,
address
yes,
in
it
that
will have the
resolution?
address. And it comes to us before the attorney takes it and files it with
Mhm.
courts.
Okay.
It comes to us first.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
Right, if that
So-
makes,
Well, these addresses don't get seen by the public, it's just us that
No.
can see addresses.
no, they're in
The
the,
back-
They're in the packet.
They're in the
It's a-
island.
It's a consent item,
Yeah.
this is public information.
Okay, I didn't know that was.
Yeah.
on it.
They can always
Yeah.
FOIA it too.
And they can always FOIA that. And I feel the same thing
Um,
about the building permit. I think it's great that we have the breakdown, but, do we really need to know the person at one of the addresses that you're putting on new windows, you're getting a new garage? Is that, I mean, again, there's another report that you can break it down to the categories and the estimated value of the permit fee or anything like that. One, I'm just trying to consume like how many pages, you know, this is 6 pages itself.
well, as far as building permits, you know,
Yeah.
and who pulls what for a permit, I think that kinda, putting those addresses on there kinda saves, aggravation for staff at City Hall, because you're gonna have some guy saying, well, I wanna know if that guy got a permit to put in his windows.
Right.
And so that, I don't see an issue necessarily with putting addresses for permits. That way, you know, my husband's been known to do it once or twice, where he goes on there to look and see if that guy pulled a permit for this or not.
Okay, well, they can always like call, I'm sure they called the staff, but I don't think everyone will go back and look at the inspection list to see if so-and-so had, they would first call the city to find out if so-and-so pulled a permit.
Councilman Bembas?
If I may, Mayor, how, do you know how other cities do it?
That's what I was just gonna ask Mrs. Gerstenberg, cause I know we have inspectors that work in other cities, like our building inspector. Could you maybe discuss this with staff?
Mayor Gillis, as you can see, we have 2 council people that work for cities, everybody does them sort of differently.
Yeah.
It's just the council's preference as to how you wanna see it, there was a time that the council wanted more detail.
Right.
And wanted to know, so if you want that changed, you just have to let me know.
Well, Mayor, if I may, I appreciate the detail because, first of all, I don't think most people out there are looking to see what's being done, and I know some do, but I like it because, I like to keep an eye on who we're giving permits to and who we are citing for blight and all that to make sure that our staff, who I trust 100%, are staying, on the straight and narrow. And without that information, I'd just be in there asking for it every week anyway, driving the city manager crazy.
Yeah, and
So, you know, there's pros and cons to it, and I think before we make a decision, maybe we all just gotta take time and think about what we think and not be too hasty.
Right.
I mean, Councilman Meldrum has some good points. I'm not sure I agree with them or not, but that's where I'm coming from.
I'd also like to just have staff's viewpoints too on this,
Yeah.
personally.
yeah.
So, could we ask for it to be brought back in 2 weeks?
Well,
Well, Denise, you can ask and find out what's what, and then put it in a city manager's report, and then we can go from there, correct?
Correct, and I would suggest maybe if, Councilman Harris, Councilwoman Meldrum, if you have one that you run for your communities that you can give me, and I can give that to the rest of the council people and say, okay, this is what they do in these communities, is this one comparable to what we have?
That's a good idea.
I can see what, in cities, what some of the other ones provide.
Right.
If you ever look at a lot of other communities' documentation that they provide, it's very, very limited.
It is.
We are very transparent.
And open.
But
So-
I do like the idea of just looking at things.
Yeah.
You know, and every time you get a new set of eyes on something, you
Right.
can put something.
And thank you for
And I go look.
bringing that.
Yeah,
I
Yep.
look to see, when I see something that looks kind of egregious, I drive by it myself to see.
I've done that too.
Often I do that.
Anything else on the consent agenda? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 11A is to adopt 2025 poverty exemption guidelines and resolution 2025-01. Local governing bodies are required annually to adopt guidelines that set income levels for their poverty exemption guidelines. These income levels are updated annually by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. The only guideline the city may change is the income level. The income level may be set higher, but it may not be set lower than the federal guideline. It is in the policy of the city of Algonac to adopt the poverty exemption guidelines established by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. These guidelines are used by the assessor and the board of review. We have the resolution suggested by the state of Michigan for use of local governments. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a
Move to
motion.
adopt.
Go ahead. I'll make a motion to adopt 2025 poverty exemption policy and guidelines resolution number 2025-01 and direct the mayor to sign the resolution on behalf of the city.
I'll support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Melder.
Yes,
Councilman Scarpet.
Yes,
Motion carried.
Item 11B is to approve water filtration plant water testing supplies. The Algonac water filtration plant is required by the state of Michigan to conduct annual water sample testing. The water plant staff takes the samples and sends them to a qualified state-certified lab to perform the required tests. It is cheaper to send these samples out for testing than to purchase specialized lab equipment needed to perform the required tests. The items used for taking daily drinking water samples have an expiration date, therefore the number of supplies kept on hand is limited. These supplies are expected to last throughout 2025. The city received a discount of $1,281.70 for having a municipal laboratory certification, please. Can I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the water filtration plant water testing supplies from Index Distribution, whose address is P.O. Box 101327, Atlanta, Georgia, in the amount of $3,426.90.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Davey,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarpet,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 11C is to approve request from Fred Pont, VFW Post 3901, to assume responsibilities for maintenance and flag replacements at the Riverfront Park Veterans Monument. Fred Pont, VFW Post 3901, has submitted a letter requesting that the city assumes responsibility for the maintenance and flag replacements at Riverfront Park Veterans Monument because of fewer club volunteers and financial challenges. Volunteers previously maintained the monument, and the VFW Post engaged Rockets Enterprises to maintain the flags in the amount of $965. The monument flags include the following: 3x5 POW MIA, 3x5 Army, 3x5 Marine Corps, 3x5 Navy, 3x5 Air Force, and 3x5 Coast Guard. The VFW has already renewed their flag service in October of 2024. The city also uses Rocket Enterprises to maintain the flag at Riverfront Park and the City Hall. The city contract includes the 20x30 flag in Riverfront Park in the amount of $1,975, and the 5x8 flag at City Hall in the amount of $285 for an amount of $2,260. The annual contract includes a minimum of five flag changes a year, complete maintenance or replacement of halyard, rope, and clips, and all labor needed to maintain a quality appearance throughout the year. Rocket Enterprise in Warren is the only provider of this service. I would like to, at this time, because, well, actually, I'll wait for a motion. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the request from Fred Quant, VFW Post 3901, and assume responsibility for maintenance and flag replacements at the Riverfront Park Veterans Monument.
Support.
I would like to, at this time, read the letter that we received. It kind of explains the reasonings. Attention Mayor Gillis and City Council members, this letter is in regards to the monuments we have maintained in Riverside Park. First, we'd like to thank the City of Algonac administration and area residents for the overwhelming support shown to our veterans and first responders monuments. The brick sales at the monuments that supported the flag replacement and maintenance have been so successful we have exhausted all spaces for new brick pavements. We have suspended brick sales and our monuments committee has dissolved. We'd like to thank Jim Fernandez for his dedication and hard work in spearheading this project. At this time, we'd ask that the City of Algonac assume responsibility for the maintenance and flag replacement at the Veterans Monument. The Post has contracted with Rocket Enterprises for flag maintenance of the year 2025 in the amount of $965. As our current membership continues to age and lack younger veterans' ability to join our ranks, we need to focus on maintaining our presence as a resource to our veterans and community. Thank you for consideration. Steve Vogler, Commander, and Jim Harris, Quartermaster. So I would like to thank the VFW for, I believe, for the multiple monuments they put in our park, because they also did the Spirit of Algonac.
With
That
the
was-
fish.
With the fish, and they've done a lot. And I know Jim Fernandez was a big part of all the different monuments, so I'd like to thank them, and I definitely understand that, we need to keep this monument for the people. They took it from, I don't know, I think we all can remember what it was 20 years ago with rocks, and they made a beautiful monument over there, and I thank them for that.
Mr. Mayor, if I could.
Yes.
The thought that popped into my head over this was, can we use the money that we get from, the Wilson Trust Fund? Okay.
Milford Jackson.
Milford Jackson, I'm sorry, it's been a day. The Milford Jackson Trust.
Well, we usually end up with around 30,000 a year from that trust fund, so it means it's for.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it is
because
for the
isn't
betterment
that-
of Algonac.
I mean, yeah, isn't that something that, you know, he would wanna see? It's like we said, you know, he wouldn't wanna see that money go to, you know, filling potholes, but I think that this is something that we could use money from that fund.
I think so.
I think so.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Wonderful idea.
Anyone else? Do I need a roll call on this one? Can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes,
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes,
Motion carried.
Could we maybe get a letter that we could send to the VFW thanking them for the monuments, and that we are, it's just like an official letter that we are taking
of
responsibility.
appreciation, all
Appreciation.
that.
Thank you. Next up is item 11D, which is to approve emergency medical responder training for new fire department staff. The state of Michigan requires fire personnel to complete EMS education at a minimum level of emergency medical responder and obtain a license for 1 year of employment. Impact EMS training provides an online course remote syllabus training, which meets the licensing requirements established by the state of Michigan. This online course provides the opportunity for fire personnel to become trained and licensed within 6 months. The fire department has 2 new team members to train. The online courses is $1,260 per person. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the emergency medical responder training for 2 new team members with Impact EMS training, whose address is 201 North King of Prussian Road, Suite 370, Radnor, Pennsylvania, in the amount of $2,520.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
I just have a quick comment. How is our staffing of the fire department? Are they fully staffed?
Do we need 2 more?
Chief Doan?
With the addition of the 2 personnel, right now, we're okay.
Is okay fully staffed, or you just getting by?
We're managing to maintain. They're not knocking on the door,
Okay, in the real world, you'd like more?
always.
Okay, so, public, if you're out there and you need a job and you're qualified, they could use you.
We could use a couple staff in other departments in the city as well, right? DPW staff. No, we're good? Yay.
Anyone else? Welcome aboard to our 2 new fire department members.
Yeah, you gotta bring them in here for meetings and introduce them.
We can do that.
I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm
telling you what to
but I'm telling you what to do. Just saying.
Yeah, we wanna meet them all.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Meldrum,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes,
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Yes,
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is to approve 2025 Volunteer Fire Capacity Project Agreement. The fire department applied for grant funding through the Michigan Department of Natural Resources Volunteer Fire Capacity Program in June 2024 for a chainsaw and leaf blower in the amount of $7,400. On January 6th, the fire department was notified that Algonac was awarded 50% of the project cost, which is $3,700. Attached for the city council approval is the 2025 Volunteer Fire Capacity Project Agreement. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2025 Volunteer Fire Capacity Program Agreement in the amount of $3,700 and direct the city manager and the fire chief to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Congratulations, Doan, on Chief Doan for receiving the grant.
Thank you.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
yes,
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
yes,
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 11F is to approve the 2025 St. Clair County MABAS Division Number 3207 amended Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Association Agreement. The City of Algonac Operation Emergency Plan requires that the St. Clair County Association of Fire Chiefs Mutual Aid Agreement and the amended Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Association Agreement be reviewed and updated as needed every 3 years. Their last agreement was approved by the city council on October 19th, 2021. Attached for city council review is a 2025 agreement. There have been no changes since 2021. MABAS is a formal written mutual agreement that encourages communities to help each other when a member faces an emergency event that overtaxes the local department. Can I have a motion, please?
Wendy.
I'll make the motion to approve the 2025 St. Clair County MABAS Division number 3207 amended Michigan Mutual Aid Box Alarm System Association Agreement and St. Clair County Association of Fire Chiefs Mutual Aid Agreement as presented and directed the mayor to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support. Oh, okay, Mike.
No worries.
Comments, questions, concerns?
You guys had to do mutual aid for that fire over in Cotterville the other day, didn't you?
Twice.
Twice, yeah. This, people don't, you know, don't realize that mutual aid is huge. Absolutely huge. Other departments have helped us. I know you guys are always there to help other departments. So, yay. Good job, Joe.
Yes, they all do a wonderful job. Any other? Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davies.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Melvin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is accounts payable.
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $561,380.45 as presented.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davies.
Yes.
Mayor Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilwoman Melvin.
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Items for next agenda, Mrs. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. We will have an introduction of an ordinance amendment regarding fire hydrants and an introduction of an ordinance amendment regarding exterior lighting. Approve the 2025-26 budget timeline, and hopefully we will have Sheriff Matt King here for his presentation.
Thank you. Council comments, Councilman Bembas.
Hey, everybody, seriously, I know not just this community, but a lot of communities could use, firemen, fire people, whatever we call them nowadays, firefighters. Something to look into if you're looking for a job. Other than that, don't forget, we have our close bank on Mondays. We just got in a whole bunch, thank you VFW, we just got in a whole bunch of coats, blue jeans, and some of the stuff is brand new. So stop on Monday between 10 and 2. And that's all I have this week. And thank you for the update on the pool, very exciting.
Mayor Pro Tem Davey.
Wow. I don't think I have it. That can't be right. That can't be right. Show the love for the art of St. Clair County, Thursday, February 20th at Alexander's in Marysville. It's a good time. If anyone's interested, get in touch with me. I got tickets. Stay warm. If you have check on your neighbors. Doesn't take a lot. Check on your neighbors, please. This time of year, this cold. Check on your neighbors. And stay warm, and that's all I got. Wow. Even I'm shocked at myself.
I'm just
Not even a one
I'm
more,
just waiting.
not even a one more thing, I have added.
Just give it a second. Okay, yeah.
I just wanna thank everybody for coming, and really, that's all I have. It's cold out, stay warm. Thank you.
Councilwoman Melcher.
No comments at this time.
I also have no comments today. Thank you guys for coming.
Trust me, guys, we don't have like a party or something that we gotta get out of here for.
Well, I kinda feel like I need to make up, I kinda feel like I need to make up for
No,
everybody.
you don't.
No,
No, you really don't.
I just wanted to say, lately, there's always things on social media about this, that, and the other, about how city government works. Not one of us on this city council, me, I'm one member of city council, and so is everybody else sitting at this table. We're all one vote. None of us have employees that work for the city. All of us have one employee that runs the day-to-day operations, which is Mrs. Gerstenberg. So there is proper channels that we have to follow, and not one of us can change anything overnight. And, you know, sometimes, you know, the appropriate way to get a hold of any of us too is via our email. Blasting our personal Facebook Messenger because you're upset about something is just not, it's not appropriate. You know, send me an email. I don't mind my Facebook Messenger for a couple of questions here and there, but to continuously blast it and to blame me for something that I had nothing to, you know, I'm one person. All 7 of us are one body. We can't fix things on our own. That's all I have to say. I didn't wanna bring it up, but man, sometimes it just gets tough when you go on Facebook and people are just beating all of us up. We're just 7 people up here trying to do the best we can for our city. So,
Can I actually say something?
yes.
I can't believe this is about to come out of my mouth, but I never thought, 4 years ago, if you would've asked me, I would've said no to chickens, but with the over government reach and their new laws with, how they can sell chicken eggs in stores, I kinda think that it might be time we actually consider allowing chickens in town. If the state's gonna tell us what kind of eggs we can buy, I think it's time we tell them as a city. We need regulation.
Well, and
With-
we've discussed,
There's no motion on the table, you guys are.
No, I'm just saying this
There's no
as my,
motion. Okay.
down the road, I would like, for us maybe to consider looking into this.
I agree.
Yeah, I
Okay. I agree.
I don't disagree with you there, as long as it was not, I don't think we want roosters, but.
Yeah,
But, well, they,
So-
if they're next to his house,
Correct.
and they're really
So-
loud, then we'll just, you know, so think about
Mayor
it.
Gillis,
Yes,
if city council wants me to look into an ordinance for them to review at the council table, I need a motion or direction from the majority of council. Telling me you want me to do that.
Is it too late to make a motion?
Lisa, what will be the
Or
proper
should
procedure?
we wait till 2 weeks from now?
Wait till 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
It's not an item on the agenda.
It's not on the
Okay, it's
agenda,
not.
wait for 2 weeks from now.
But we, yeah, put it on the agenda for next week or something.
No, I can, if you're interested in looking at an ordinance, I can provide you with some ordinances to look at, like what other communities do.
Yes,
That'd be
And
great.
then you can determine whether that's something you're interested in.
That'll work.
Thank you.
that'll work.
And roosters and nuggets is our.
Well, that's my concern is, who's gonna police the roosters?
The same ones who.
Straight up, yeah.
The same ones, you know,
You know.
it would be the same violation now, it'd be code enforcement.
It's gonna be a year
You still have
later
that camera
before it goes
going?
to court,
Put it on the list.
and I gotta deal with roosters.
All right, motion to adjourn?
Yes.
I'll make the motion to adjourn at 6:38.
Support.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Is the camera off?
Is camera off?